Welcome everybody to my first live that I'm hosting. We're going to be talking about the CBD boom, and I have two special guests that are going to be joining in a second. The first one is Vincent Lamontia, and I only met Vinny a couple of months ago, but he has been in the network marketing industry for over 12 years. He's a retired firefighter from New York City and a retired cop from New York City. And he's been in the network marketing business for 12 years. He's a 7-figure earner. He's got the top of several different companies. So he is one of my mentors. And I'm very pleased to share the screen with you, Vinny. And he's helping me host my launch of my CBD business. So welcome, Vinny. Thank you.
Hey, Tracy, thanks for having me. This is really fun. I tell you, if the audience can see, the viewers can see everything that we did right before, like the whole computer tech and your daughter coming in to help us. And my kids help me all the time online. And it's like I jump and yell to my kids to come help me with the technology, right? So it goes to show where this world is going, right? And so so I think we also have Joy, too. If you want, you can make her a panelist. If you can go down and make her a panelist. So Trace, I guess, why don't we just kind of go back and forth? I mean, I'll just tell your friends and the folks, I want to say welcome. And it's really my pleasure to come on. You know, I had the privilege of working with you, Trace. We've done a few calls and a few webcasts. You're building a team already, and everything's going. And it's really rocking and rolling. And the reason I got started here was, you know, we lost my mom last year to cancer. And in the end of her days, what they were saying all the time, a lot of docs were giving her medicinal marijuana. And it had gotten on my radar, and then I learned CBD has nothing to do with marijuana. There's marijuana, there's CBD, two totally different things, both from the hemp plant. But it just started showing up in my Facebook feed, like anything else, right? It's like it seems like if I think of something, it shows up in my feed, right? And I know we all can kind of agree with that. And so I wanted the product. There's some things that I saw. I started Googling it. I'm a retired firefighter in NYPD. I was a police officer for 11 years and a firefighter for 10 years. I have a spinal fusion. I've been banged up a little bit. But the thing is, I gave this to my oldest son. And my oldest son, he's never been like diagnosed with anything, but he has a scorching case of PIA, pain in the ass syndrome. And it's just it. And so he's getting bigger. The 4 kids are always fighting. And I says, this is crazy. He was getting a lot of acne. And we gave him the oil one night. He had a great night the next day, and it's like changed the trajectory of his life. I mean, like almost immediately. And we're not making any claims to treat, cure, or prevent any disease, but it's all over the news. So we started using this product, and I wasn't going to get involved in a business. I have a business, right? And I've built many businesses, and I'll tell you in a little bit why I build these businesses. I'll tell you now why I built it. I'll tell your audience now.
Thank you.
I build these things because I got started because I was broke. I mean, I was a firefighter. We got married. A year later, we started having babies constantly. We got a mortgage. We got a second mortgage. We got 2 car payments. We had credit card bills. And all of a sudden, I'm like, WTH. So I got in the mortgage business. Jen's working full time. The grandparents are watching the kids. I'm like, what's going on here? A friend of mine invited me to look at network marketing. I didn't even know what that was. I wasn't skeptical, but I was like, what is this, a pyramid? I said like everyone else said, I'm from New York. And anyway, I saw something that I had never seen before, and I have residual bills. So I didn't know what residual income meant. Long story good or short, we were very diligent, and it changed our life forever. I mean, we've been able to build wealth with this beyond our wildest dreams. I mean, I couldn't do this with a job, and I'm not knocking jobs. Jobs are great, but what I love about this now, what we're doing now, it's mobile. Your viewers are watching the recording right now, so it's like, it's very convenient to do. It's something. I'm so busy, I don't have time to do anything else. So I blend it into our busy life. I really have gotten behind this product because this oil, the coffee, and all the other stuff. But this, I mean, we'll get into it if you want. I mean, this company has just been amazing, but it's really it's product driven. And Tracy, before we even have Joy on, let me ask you this.
Okay.
Why are you doing this? Like, what do you think of the oil? What's your experience with this product?
Okay. Well, first, I got introduced from Joy, who I'm going to introduce in a few minutes. She and I knew each other from a previous network marketing company years ago. We sort of lost touch. And then we reconnected. We live in the same town. So in 1 week, I heard 2 testimonials about CBD. First, a friend of mine who's in her 60s, she, all of a sudden, she was touching her toes, kicking her legs up. And she said, I'm on this oil for 1 month and look what I can do. And I was blown away because she was not limber at all. And then a few days later, I was talking to Joy, and she told me about the great success that her daughter Sophia has had with the oil, with anxiety and sleep issues. So I thought, okay, 2 people in 1 week are telling me about CBD oil. So I said, okay, Joy, I want to try the product. And so I've been using it now for about 2 months. And what I noticed for me, my personal testimonial is that within a week, I was sleeping at least 5-6 hours. And to me, that was huge because I was always on 2 hours to the bathroom, 2 hours to the bathroom all night long. So for me to sleep 5 or 6 hours in a clip on one stretch was huge. So that I was sold with that. But what I've noticed also a week or so into it, my digestion has really it's perfect now. I'm like really regular. And that was sort of an added, I didn't expect that. The other thing that I noticed that I used to have, I was diagnosed with perimenopausal migraines, and I was on a medication for several years. And I was weaning myself off in the last 6 months. And then right before I started the oil, I stopped, my other medication, and I haven't missed the medication. So that to me, I kind of didn't really notice. I was like, oh, I haven't really been taking that prescription anymore. And I haven't had any headaches. I mean, they weren't extreme migraines, but enough that, my doctor sent me and I had an MRI and all of that. So that has been a nice thing. And I think also the other thing that I've noticed with the CBD oil is that I feel like I have better recovery after my workouts, and during my workouts too. I feel like, when my hot yoga class is over, I'm always like, oh, it's over already? I feel like I could go a little bit longer. So, and I didn't used to say that a year ago or even 6 months ago. So those are the main things that I've noticed using the CBD oil. And so once I started feeling the results, I said, Joy, you got to tell me, about, obviously there's a financial, business attached to this amazing product. So I saw where this industry is headed. So I just said, I have to. And I've always trusted Joy. I've known her, since 2005. We were sidelines. We weren't, we didn't benefit from each other, but I always admired her and I trusted her. So I said, okay, I'm joining your team, and let's ride this, all the way to the top.
It's funny too, because it's like organically. I mean, it's a plant-based. I mean, it's the founder and formulator is God. That's number one. And I must do this. I've got to show, your friends and the folks that are watching on here, because there's people on Zoom, there's people on Facebook, and this is such a pure product that it is so clean that, I mean, that's why I give it to my kids but we're excited about it, and I wasn't going to share it, but then I'm watching Dr. Oz, I'm watching the Doctor Show, and I had taken the free tour, and I would, encourage your friends to, get the free tour, inbox Tracy and look at this back office. It's free to look, and so I had to post something about it because I'm like, this is great. Joy says, well, and so let me introduce Joy, because this is actually a real privilege and pleasure, because Joy, you have such awesome friends like Tracy and so many others. We're doing another one at 9 o'clock tonight. It's a lot of fun. Now, Joy is, is a 7-figure income earner in network marketing, an absolute rock star and beast. She is badass, and she's a hardcore woman, a good businesswoman, and just a really smart person and a real team leader, and someone that really puts other people first, a real servant leader. And you bring a lot to this team, Joy, and I mean that in a big, big way. I appreciate your friendship. And you introduced me to Tracy, so I'd like to introduce you to everyone as well.
Thank you, Vinny. Thank you so much. You always have the kindest and really, it just moves me, your introductions. And Tracy, I have to tell you, you have another calling as a host on like live videos. I don't know. I love listening to you. And, you know, Vinny, I met you not that long ago, you know, and from the moment I met you, you were a leader in another company. I had known of your success. I knew you were a 7-figure income earner in this platform. And I just paid attention to you when you spoke, because there's a quality about you that it exudes realness. And yet you bring funny and humor to it. So it's a really, people connect to you.
Thanks.
So I do. I felt that way. And I was like, I feel such a connection with him. Like, I feel like there's something at some point to do with him. I didn't know what it was. I knew it was some kind of like business related stuff. And we did not benefit from each other monetarily at that time where we were. Right. But I saw you started talking about CBD oils, and I was like, why is Vinny talking about CBD oils? I know him to be, you know, talking about other products, and what's he up to? And I inboxed Vinny and asked him, what are you up to? And when Vinny shared that CBD oils has changed his family's really life and shared some more about the benefits and the results that they were achieving, I had to pay attention. And like you said, you know, you said it, Tracy, I've been experiencing for the last 6 months, not now, but we were experiencing for 6 months a lot of stress in this household. And as a mom who's been a single parent since my girls are 2 years old, and they're now 14-year-old they're twins. You know, it's challenging when you're trying to run a household on your own, and every morning one of your daughters is waking up having extreme anxiety, sometimes, you know, waking up so stressed, screaming. It puts a toll on the rest of the family. And when Vinny started sharing some of the benefits of CBD oils, even though I knew a little bit about it, I still didn't know. I was in the I didn't know what I didn't know about it. Yeah, and I just felt like, I don't know, I felt a pull, like I have to get this product for my daughter. And that was my main concern. It was for her. And then for me, it was more of a preventative, because I did have thyroid cancer. I don't have a thyroid, it was removed. And I just wanted to stay healthy. So I ordered a pack, and I do recommend getting started with a pack so you could have an authentic product experience, right? So anybody listening to this, so that you could try the anti-aging skin cream with CBD. You could try the relief cream for a great post-workout or any kind of muscle aches, the CBD oils, the pet oils. I mean, there's so many products, coffee with CBD. So I got a pack that had enough products to get an authentic experience. And the minute it came in and my kid came home from school, I gave her the oil. 30 minutes, she already started being a different kid.
Yep.
And, you know, by the next morning, which was the real test, was when she woke up quietly and tapped me on the shoulder to wake me up and said, Mom, where are those oils? I really like them. So to me, it was, you know, something that I was looking for the product first, but being that I am a business-minded person and that I've done this type of platform and enterprise before, I had to call Vinny, and I did. And Vinny shared more with me. He shared the comp plan with me. I was blown away. I donated. Like, I totally was like, what? When I watched like bonus after bonus that this company offers. And then Vinny connected me to his sponsor, who's a multi-7-figure earner, who got on the phone right away, personable, fun, informative, available. His name is Robert. And it was just, I just said, I just feel like this is the right timing for everything, the product, the hemp industry, this platform, the people, the comp plan. And it's been, 11 and a half weeks now on these products. And it's been incredible with your guidance, Vinny, and your leadership and just this team. And I do want to share, if you're here and you're a friend of Tracy's, she is just so willing to help whoever partners with her. I know she's got a growing team, and I just feel blessed that we're in each other's backyard and we're able to grow, which I know because we've done it before, a multi-million-dollar global business as we expand and go globally together. So I just feel honored that you asked me to share tonight. And I can't stress enough that ask Tracy to take a tour of her back office, because you will be blown away.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing too. And even to switch gears a little, because look, the product, again, it's all over the news. We have the purest product. You can't get it really anywhere else. We have the as far as the Hemp Authority seal, We're partnered up with Gen Kana. I mean, once you start really peeling back the layers, you realize that this is a one standalone product. And look, a couple of things I love is that it's inexpensive. You know, and that means, as from a business perspective, the barrier of entry is very low. So this is why most people just remember, like, at least the director's pack. So you're getting a $19 discount on each product. I mean, that just makes sense, right? Saving, it makes sense. But then when you look at the systems and we get the 15 different websites. We got the autoresponders, the drip campaign, the contact managers. I mean, everything that I've ever wanted in a system, because I've been looking with ClickFunnels and different funnels and autoresponders, trying to really automate a business. And this is a completely automated business. And for the folks on Facebook that are, if there's something you like about the product, put it into the comments. Something you like about the system, put it into your comments. And again, Tracy, I mean, it's a real privilege and pleasure to work with you. You're always so upbeat. And I have to agree with Joy. You're made for this. You're good. I mean, the first time you came in a video, one of our shows we had, you're like, I don't know if I could. And then you came on. I'm like, you've been doing this for years, right? So this is the beginning of the beginning. And we'll invite people to come to our close. We have a closed page. We have a business school that we do training. And so any last things, Tracy, the floor is yours. I just thank you for having me on.
Well, thank you. Thank you both, Joy and Vinny. I just also want to say, Vinny, thank you to you, because when you started your team a couple of months ago, I mean, it's a new team, you came up with this whole Team Freedom, right? And you have this closed group on Facebook, and you have a business school also, which is so helpful. So when new people join my team and Joy's team and your team, we send them all to your Facebook group. And you have all these trainings, and you do trainings several times a week, and they're all recorded. So people can, that's the nice part about this business, is that you can do it on your time. So if you have a 9 to 5, you can plug in at night. You can watch a video or training video. You can, send a few links to friends on text or Facebook Messenger. You can do this in the nooks and crannies of your busy, we're all busy, right? We all, you got 4 kids, Joy has 2, I have 1. I feel I'm busy too, just even with 1 kid. So, I mean, we all have other things that we're pursuing, or families. So I think it's a business that you can do. And I think the busiest people are the ones that get the most done. So yeah. I like reaching out to busy people because they get it done.
Well, you know what it is too? It's like step number 1 is get on the product, right? I mean, right. You just get on the product, and like Joy said, get the pack. Director pack at minimum, because you get the savings, and like Joy says, you get the authentic product experience with the multiple products. But look, a lot of people don't speak about it, but I will for a second, if I might. 76% of Americans live in paycheck to paycheck. I have an excellent pension, but most people don't, and it's not enough. And they're not available as much anymore. I mean, between school teachers, nurses, firemen, cops. Busy business professionals, people in the real estate space are like pouring into this, because it's not a strange thing to speak about the hemp industry. It's a very easy thing to, from a network marketing perspective, it's like, hey, did you see the news? It's all over the news. And hey, did you see what's on Forbes? It's on, Consumer Reports. It's everyone speaking about it, which really makes it a very easy conversation. So is it conversation worthy? Are people outside your company speaking about it? Because a lot of great network marketing companies out there. In fact, I always buy from network marketers because it's free enterprise. It's the American thing to do, right? I have no loyalty to these big elites, And so, but with this, it's always a distributor that's talking about their company or their product. Here, it's a movement. So it's everyone else is speaking about it. So, Joy, anything you want to add to that?
No, you made a good point about that, Vinny, because that is the truth. It's on social media. It's everywhere you turn. And that was actually one of the things that I said to you. I'm like, but wait a minute, like CBD, it's all over the place. What's going to be, like, how can I be successful in this if it is all over the place? But when you really take a look at it, and it's interesting, I have heard from people that are on CBD oils, but it's the Wild West right now. And a lot of people aren't aware that the quality of a lot of the CBD oils are not there, and how important it is. Like you had mentioned, third-party testing, third-party lab results should be documented. which was one of the things that I was so impressed about these products, that all the results are there. You know, having that high quality approval from the U.S. Hemp Authority, you know, having that seal, all those things have to be taken into account. And, you know, hearing from different news where they actually, I think they took like 15 different bottles from different companies and different stores and then tested them, and how many had different fillers and ethanol and mold and fecal matter. Like, why would I want to buy something from anywhere? And I'm putting this into my kid. That was my first priority. So I would definitely say, take a look and ask for all that documentation, because it's there. And like you said, Vinny, it's not us saying, oh yeah, to pay attention to this. It's really a movement of the social media everywhere saying, take a look at this industry, pay attention, because it's growing. It's a $600 million industry right now, expected to be a $22 billion industry. So it's amazing. And I just think, trust. And if this in any way is pulling you towards it, then pay attention to that pull.
Yeah, really well said.
Great. Well, thank you both so much for helping
Thank you, Tracy.
launch my business. And to all the friends that are out there on Facebook and Zoom, thank you for participating and joining in. And
Awesome.
this will be on my page, right? Right?
It is. I think it actually is on the page. I think because you're the host, whenever you're ready, I think you go to the bottom at the end meeting thing. But hey, thanks again for having me on.
Okay. Thank you both. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Trace.
Everybody have a great night.
Take the free tour.
Take the free tour. Yes.